Welcome to Pure Coys. I'm Nige. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. As always, please like, please subscribe. I know I always say it, but it really does mean a lot, especially with those likes. Gets the algorithm ticking, gets me out there to new people, and who knows, might even get me a few new subs. So, formation. Formation. It's been talked about a lot. We are talking about it in a group chat on WhatsApp at the moment on what's the best formation to get the best out of these Spurs players. Now, for me, the formation we're playing at the moment just isn't working. It will win a fair amount of games playing against the bottom 10, which we are one of, by the way, at the moment. But when we're playing against the top 8, I really think we need to look at changing formation. I don't think there's any way Ange is going to do that, which is why I'm erring now on the side of Ange out. It's nothing personal against him. It's just that for me, you've got to be willing to change. And Ange is not for changing. As he keeps saying, it's who we are, mate. It's just not going to happen. So for me, this is the formation I would use going forward, and see if you agree. So here's a tactic board. For me, I would have obviously Vicario and go. And then you've got Van der Ven, Dragushin, and Romero. 3 solid centre halves. All 3 do something totally different. You've got Van der Ven, who is all pace, can get back quickly. You've got Dragushin, who is just a brute of a defender. He will chuck himself in the way of balls. He will win headers from corners and set pieces. The perfect Premier League centre-back, in my opinion. And we have Romero, who is one of the leaders of the team. He is a World Cup winner. He's a Copa America winner. He likes to bring the ball out. He's aggressive in the tackle. And more importantly, when he switches off, which he does from time to time, he will have 2 centre-backs there to hopefully help him out. But for me, those 3 centre halves, absolutely perfect. Like I say, all do different things, all have different qualities. The problem is we haven't got a lot coming behind them. We have Davis, who can probably cover Van der Ven when he's out. But then, obviously, when Dragushin or Romero are out, then we have issues. Again, this is something we should have dealt with in the transfer window. We could have signed another centre-half. We decided against it. Let's hope we sign a centre-half in January. But for me, this is the perfect defence. With Udogie then left wing-back, because guess what? He is a wing-back. And Porro, right wing-back, again, crazy. Guess what? He's a wing-back. None of this inverted, playing in here. Crazy. Look at the space it leaves. Absolutely crazy. Play Porro as a wing back where he can get forward and then put balls into the box. Let's face it, Porro is probably the best deliverer of the ball from out wide, bar Maddison, and we need Maddison in the centre. Udogie the same, gets forward, is powerful. His crossing's not as good as Porro's, but he has got a lot of power going down the wing. And I do think he's going to be a better crosser of the ball than what we have currently. So Udogie, Porro as wing backs. You can then have Basuma or Bentancur sitting in now, just sitting in that centre circle, literally. That's all he needs to do. He's got cover behind him. If he does get beat, we're not absolutely screwed, for a better word, with only 2 at the back. We have that extra defender back, and he can just patrol the centre circle, getting the game, getting the ball, ticking it over. Staying with his Bentancur as well. I just think it would be a lot better. And then, for me, the most important thing, Maddison. Look how much space he's got. He will have the whole half of the pitch just to work his magic, and especially in this area, in and around the box, where he can slip balls through to Sonny or Solanke, whoever's up front. For me, it just works better. And then Maddison doesn't have to come back here, get the ball off defenders, and then look to move the ball, which is what he's doing at the moment. And he's wasted because then we haven't got him up here. Same with Kulu. He can do that job as well. Or we could have Bentancur, and Bentancur can play slightly deeper. Or Sarr, he can play slightly deeper. It just works a lot more. Kulu can then, again, like Maddison, come in and around. Kulu's probably not as good at opening defences, but he has got a good left foot. This kind of area, he could be looking to get shots off. For me, it's the perfect formation. And then Solanke up front, he's got a strike partner. I really feel for Solanke at the moment because he is literally up there on his own, chasing shadows. All he's doing is working, closing down. He's getting no service whatsoever. And Sonny, who is not a wide man, let's face it, he's not a winger, is he? He likes to play between here and here. He's an inside forward in between these areas where he could be slipped in or he can cut in and get his shot away. For me, Sonny up front with Solanke would work perfectly. And then this is where you look at something slightly different as well. If you look at the areas that we've got, if Solanke wasn't playing, this may shock a few, but suddenly we have Johnson. Now, I know a lot of people don't like Johnson. I'm not keen on him. But again, Johnson's not a winger. He's not a winger. He played in a Forest side that played counter-attacking football, and he played in this area where he could just chase balls and get in on goal. He is not a wide man. For Spurs, he plays in a team that has possession. A lot of the time, he has to come this way to get the ball, where he's got a defender up his arse. He's not that kind of player. He's a running behind player. And you saw, as with his goal on Wednesday, he got played through, in behind, nice finish. For me, Johnson is perfect as a forward. Not a striker. He's not your target man. But he will score you goals if you have him in this area, getting behind defences. Let me know in the comments what you think. I could be totally off there, but I really think Johnson playing as a striker or as a forward is a lot better than Johnson playing as a winger. Now, the only two players, obviously, this negates, this kind of makes you think, oh, I'm not sure whether we could use them for this, is Odegaard and then Yang when he comes in. I've not seen enough of Yang, but I'm pretty certain he's an out-and-out winger. But again, as I've said, we don't have to use this formation all the time. This isn't a set-in-stone formation that we have to use for every single game. I think we have enough quality playing the tactics we do to win most of our games against the bottom half table of the table teams. My concern is when we play the top sides. And I just think 3 at the back. If I'm looking at that now, I'm looking at that team and I'm like, that literally, every player that's there, that suits a lot better, suits them better than what it's suiting them at the moment. You know, Porro as an inverted fullback, just no. Yes, he's comfortable on the ball, but we need him down here. You know, getting balls into the box. A doggy, again, inverted, no. He is so left-footed, so he can only really turn that way on his left foot. When he tries to turn this way, you watch him. When he tries to turn inside, he gives the ball away so much because he is so left-footed. For me, he's not comfortable now. Get the players out where they're comfortable. Get a doggy one side, Porro the other. Get them running forward. Get them getting the balls into the box. That would improve us no end. And you know what? We can still play that high line. If he really wants to do it, we can still play that high line and keep him penned in because we have Van der Ven for the pace to get back. You know, a doggy won't be so far up the pitch all the time or inverted. So hopefully it wouldn't be as difficult for him to get back. But we will always have 3 there. So it just wouldn't be as much of an issue. Of course, I wouldn't play high. But just around here would be absolutely perfect. That keeps him in. And you can even have Dragusin maybe dropping off 10 or 5 more if you really wanted to. I don't think we'd need to. But if you really wanted to, there's so much we could do with this 3 at the back system. And for me, it just works so much better. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments. It's an interesting one. There's no doubt about that. It is an interesting one. I definitely think it works better though. But is he going to change? I'm not sure. And this again, well, I am sure he's not going to change. He's going to play the way he plays. And I get it. But this is why now I am leaning towards starting again with a new manager. And I know a lot of people will be just really don't want to start again. I really don't want a new manager. I don't want to go through this process. We don't want to start building again. For me, we don't need to build again. This doesn't need to be a new process. It just needs to be an improved process. So get a new manager in that plays front-footed attacking football, but also can play defensively as well when needed and isn't so open. It's not a question of starting again. It's not a question of a new process, a new build, because I think we have the basis of a really good team. I honestly do. I think we have the basis of a really good team. We just need to tweak, maybe change formation slightly, just for certain games. And sadly, Ange isn't going to do that. So for me, I want to see someone fresh, some fresh ideas, getting that three at the back, get the best out of the players. And then I think we move forward. Let me know in the comments what you think. I will leave it there. And as always, stay positive, stay poised, and stay Spurs.